Hello again, everybody. I'm Jeff of Jeff Opens Cards, and today I'm going to show you my Sorare results. I feel like this is fine to do. Most of my content is Splitterlands related, but Splitterlands as a company has their own soccer game coming soon. And I've been playing this soccer NFT based game for about a year and a half, I think. I think it was March of last year I was first getting into Sorare. So, despite that, I still know next to nothing about soccer or football, as you may prefer. But I've managed to do well enough that I get rewards every so often. At the very least, I get either zero point zero 0.01 or 0.02 ETH most game weeks. And there's 2 game weeks per calendar week. Uh, so overall, I believe I'm earning at least 0.01 ETH per week on average. Most of the time I get it, but a lot of times there's game weeks where there's very little games happening, so it's hard to even get a full lineup in to have a chance to get those reward levels. But anyways, my intention of this video isn't to tell you a ton about Sorare itself, just I have more quantity of rewards than usual, so I figured good chance to do a video for it. So scroll down a little bit here. You can see I had 5 teams that had a chance to earn something. The casual team is something that you can also do for free. When you join Sorare, you get some commons, so you can actually make a common lineup. But unless you get the very, very tops of it, you're not going to get any cards that can earn you things that are sellable. You cannot sell the common cards in here, but the red ones, the rare ones, you can. But regardless, it's still nice to get them. Although for the ones I do now, they change it at some point. I'm not even sure when exactly. It used to be that you could put 1 common card in these lineups, but now I don't think you can. But I think they have a different, like, an in-between tier kind of where you can. But regardless, I placed quite well in this one, got a star common, which is basically the highest level you can get. There's star common, there's tier 1, well, there's star, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, and then whatever the rarity is. So you can see here I got a star common from my casual lineup. My all-star lineup did not earn any cards, but it got over 250 points, so I will get 0.02 ETH or $50 worth, whatever is greater, on that. So I think it would be close to like 0.03 it's been lately for that. So I'll get more than 0.02. I misspoke earlier. They changed that a while ago now. But regardless, I had basically 1 dud of 20 points. The rest pretty decent overall. But I would have needed what? I would have needed top 300 to get a card from that lineup, which I actually did earn. I think it was a tier 1. It was at least a tier 2 I got from All-Star a couple weeks ago, or a couple game weeks ago. So sometimes you hit once in a blue moon kind of thing. But mainly for All-Star, like I prioritize the other lineups first. Then with All-Star, I just use whatever's left over and hope I can get. You need 205 points for 0.01 or $25 of ETH, and 250 points for 0.02 or $50 of ETH. Whatever, like I said, is better. The Asia lineup is where I usually do the best overall. I'm just overly stacked at defender. I have a lot of defenders that are worth using, and these aren't even my 2 best ones. Sorry about that. Let me silence that right away. Kikuchi and Sho Sasaki, I believe, are the names. They are my 2 best defenders, I believe, right now, for the Asia lineup option. But I don't think they were playing for this game week, so they weren't even an option for me. But I still got 108 from Eduardo. This is after my bonuses, and 49 from Yoichi Maruyama, which is actually a recent reward of mine, fairly recent. I've struggled at, let's see, what position are you? I always forget what position is which on here. Forward. So I have 3 forwards that are Asia eligible. One's been out injured. I got basically his replacement. He went out injured, so I got Kim Hyun. And I think he was out for a little bit, but the other guy came back. And basically, forward has been my weak link for my Asia lineup. And other than that, it's been pretty good. Although Shusaku Nishikawa, my goalie, did not play the previous 2 game weeks. I'm not sure why. But you can see here, I earned a tier 3 rare there. In my under 23 lineup, which I had not been submitting until recently, I actually just bought John Pulskamp not very long ago. He's been playing in place of Tim Molina, I believe it is. I'm making it sound like I actually know about soccer, but I try to look up what I can just to see like who's injured and stuff. But like I realized I had some pretty good eggs that were under 23 eligible, but I didn't have a goalie. So I looked into what goalie I could get, and I saw John Polskamp had started the previous couple of games because Tim Molina was out with an injury, and Tim Molina is also, I think, 36 now. So looks like John Polskamp is like potentially their future. So for the cost he was, the age he was, seemed like a good pickup. Apparently he had a DMP just for rest. And that's best I can figure out. His backup, which is basically their like third string guy, I still got a clean sheet and put up like 73. So had Polskamp played at similar results, I would have had at least a tier 2, if not a tier 1 rare here for under 23, which would have been great. But unfortunately, he decided to get a rest day. Hopefully, he'll do more for me this next game week that just started. But still, despite having a DNP, still 104th on 993, good for a tier 3 rare, because everybody else put up very solid numbers. And then my America lineup did not earn anything, but I also had a DMP there. Say if that was like 50, for instance, I would have had 295. I'm just curious here. So if I had put up a 295, 50 is pretty reasonable to get. 295. 295. Maybe it wouldn't have been as great as I think. Oops. Oh, man. Trying to skip more pages than it lets me here, because I can only go one page at a time here. So maybe I wouldn't have gotten it. So if I had 295, let's say a little better. I could have got maybe top 180. I would have needed top 140. So I would have needed a pretty strong performance from the DNP spot to earn there, but still 245 from 4 guys playing is not too shabby. A 106 naturally always helps. But so yeah, in the end here, I have 0.02 or $50 of ETH coming, a star common, and 2 tier 3 rares. Those will be what matters most. They aren't expected to be game breaking, but anytime you get a card, it's guaranteed to be eligible for that same league. So whatever tier 3 rare I get here, they will be under 23 eligible, and this will be Asia eligible. So let's see how we do, shall we? I explained way more than I anticipated, but oh well. I'm sure many of you that might be watching this, if you clicked on the video at all, probably won't know much of anything about this, so hopefully the little bit of background knowledge is welcome. And if you already knew about Sorare coming in, hopefully you skipped along the video until you got to the point that mattered. And why is this not opening for me? I don't want to redo this. Refresh. When in doubt, refresh. Oh, I have to click here. Duh. All right, let's claim the ETH first here. And we'll do the star common. 0.0344 ETH. And our star common is a defender from that team, Malcolm Bokil, age 22. I'll look up their stats, most recent game stats, after I release two, just to get an idea of how good or playable some of these guys might be. Let's do Asia next. I'm going to save the U23 for last. A forward would be nice here. A forward, another defender. Yuki Honda. Regardless of how good he is or isn't, like I said, I've got at least 4 plenty serviceable Asia eligible defenders as it is. So that's the last position I need. Goalie would have been great too. Anything but defender. Hopefully they at least play and I can use them in All-Star or something potentially, but we'll see in a second. And then for U23, I don't know if there's any position that like I most need here, but just overall in Sorare as a whole, I think I have the most defenders. So defenders probably what I want the least of without knowing offhand my depth of U23. Looks like it's another Asia eligible though. Midfielder, Fuchi Honda. I got 2 Hondas. What do you know? Fuchi Honda. I have no idea if that's a common name in Asia or not, or in Japan at least. If anyone knows if they're related or if that's just a common name, let me know, because I'm just curious. Just curious. All right, let's see how good these guys are, because like I said, I got no clue. I recognize the team that popped up, because I got other guys on the team, like Ryu Hitate, I think. Let's see. My club. cards. And you can see some of the other guys I most recently got. So I earned him, I think, in U23 not too long ago. He's been out injured. But looks like he's got some good potential. So yeah, John Paulskamp I bought for 0.45 ETH. Rafael Guerrero, I probably said that wrong. I think he was a tier 1 that I got recently. You can see he's got 62 average score the last 5 games, which is pretty good. Definitely better than most. These were a couple of cards recently. There's Yoichi. I got him 2 months ago. 2 months ago. And here, when you see a bunch of commons row, that means I didn't earn cards in the rare tournaments for multiple game weeks. It goes in streak times, but I'm on a bit of a hot streak lately. You can see here. So I got these 2 today. I got him 9 days ago. Bought him. 24 days ago, I earned 2 cards. And then 2 a month ago. 1, 2, 3, 2 months ago. So I'm getting better and better one way or another. It might just be that there's more games, more activity right now, so I can do more lineups and stuff too and have better depth. I don't know. But anyways, looks like Yuki Honda's not very good based on the last 5 here. 7, 37, 28, 12 and a DNP, and his last 15, 31 average. So he will likely not see the light of day for me in my lineups unless just he's the only option playing in a game week for me. Let's see what he is worth. Might be one I actually try to sell right away. Not really worth anything. I mean, not literally nothing, but being worth that little. Yeah. And let's quickly back up here. So this one looks promising. 60, 29, 40, 60, 32. A pair of 60s. 44 in the last 15 for the average. And he's under 23, so might actually see some run with him. And our star common, 61 in the last 5, 66 the last 15. So maybe he'll see some of my common laps as well. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Little reveal, not too much to show, but I still made it over a 12-minute video. Maybe. But yeah, if you got questions about Sorare, let me know. And I'll have a referral link down below as well. If you use a referral link and you then, unless they've changed it, if you buy a total of 5 cards via auction, you'll end up getting 1 for free, and either referral will also go on for free. Unless that's changed since I last looked at that. I haven't tried it for anyone in quite some time. So, but yeah, that'll be in the description below. And feel free to join my Discord as well. I've been posted on there and my Twitter when I've got good results coming. So you may well have an idea of if or when there might be a video coming, or I'll just post results in those too. So if you want to see more results, join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter at JeffOpensCards. And I'll see you next time, whenever and wherever that may be. Bye, guys.